Hello everyone, it is Brandy from brandyellen.com. I wanted to talk a little bit today about habits and habit changing. As a certified goal success life coach and a certified life purpose life coach, I tend to lean into, Toys, the dogs are going to join us. They always do, right? I tend to lean into the concept that our entire life is made of habits. And if you pause and think about that, I bet you could agree with me, right? Drop a little agree down there in the comments if you agree that your life is built out of habits. Every day you wake up and you do something in the morning. You make your coffee, you take a shower, you let the dogs out, you pet your cat, whatever it is, every morning when you wake up, there are a few unique steps to your habit, to your being. Something that you didn't always do, but now you do it every morning, right? So for me, I wake up, I roll out of bed, I say good morning to my dogs, I tell Tyson, what a good stretch. Oh, look at you with your big stretch. And I deal with their potty breaks and my own potty break, and I start to brew the coffee. And while my coffee is brewing, I might be checking emails or getting my computer ready to do some client work. I used to go sit on the porch in the rocking chair. I kind of stopped that because I have so many things going on that habit has had to change. And over time, we do change habits without realizing. Maybe we have a significant other in our life now, and so we have to morph our two habits into one that makes sense for this new lifestyle. Or our children have new routines, such as going back to school. So you have the back to school routine, or maybe your kids are in have a job that you have to bring them to. Whatever it may be, we are ever changing and constantly shifting to adapt to our surroundings, which is what we're kind of built for. The problem that I've seen is that our brains are so cavemanish, right? So we will get these anxiety and fear points that are meant to protect us from danger. But over time, it's heightened because we watch the news or we research social media or we have experiences as a child that come into our world as an adult, and they show up in different ways. And then we are living in this anxious where everything is so fearful. Remember that first time you got your heart broken? If you've never had your heart broken, consider yourself blessed. And it hurt so bad that you swore you were never going to date again. That pain just freaking sucked. And you said, no, there's no way, right? So then you developed a new habit of guarding yourself. Every time that feeling, you met someone and it was like, whoa, this is amazing. This feels so good. Your brain said, oh, wait, hold on. We've been here before. Let me protect you. And so you put up a barrier and you don't even realize you're doing it unless you're super self-reflective. 9 times out of 10, you are not going to recognize that your brain is automatically putting up a barrier going, danger, danger, nope, sorry. And it will literally block you from falling for this person at the level that you could if your brain wasn't doing, what it's built to do, protect you from danger. But here's the thing, falling in love again isn't dangerous. It's beautiful. Sure, you may get your heart broken again. Or guess what? You might have a beautiful, long-lasting, committed relationship with this person, right? Don't mind my dogs. I'm going to let them do their thing. So, they are distracting. I apologize. So all of these little habits we develop can make our life better or make our life harder, right? So the anxiety of falling in love and getting hurt again, that makes our life harder because we are wired to be in community and tribal things. And if you're not convinced we are not wired, if you don't believe we are wired to be in community type settings, then I'd advise you to rethink, right? And recheck yourself and review everything that's going on in the world. We are constantly looking for a label, and then when we have our label, we're looking for our people that have the label, which is our tribe, our community members, right? We're always doing that. And so if we can start to recognize these little habits we have, whether it be looking for labels so we can belong, whether it be the wall that goes up because we don't want to hurt, we don't want to be heartbroken, therefore forget love, we're just going to go with the practical steps, right? Or maybe it's just other habits, like bad habits. I quit smoking. I wrote in my Habits Equal Life book my whole process of quitting smoking and how you can use that technique in your own life. So there are so many habits, okay? And we can get overwhelmed with wanting to be a new person. You are going to be met with resistance. Your parents, your close family members, your close friends, everyone in the world is going to tell you, no way. I believed in happily ever after. I believed in having a happy life, an optimistic, positive life, right? And everyone kept telling me there's no such thing as happily ever after. You're living in dreamland. That's not how the world works, right? And they mean well, and they're coming at it from their perception. And, something inside of me said, I don't care. I'm not going to let their words get me down. So I somehow didn't let that go to my heart too much. I knew that I could be me and that eventually I would find people that appreciated me as myself and would also teach me to be a better person, who would fill my cup as much as I fill theirs, right? And I will constantly believe that to be true. And because I believe that to be true, I find the little moments in each day that remind me of that. And I find the little habits I have that aren't allowing me to get there. For example, 4 years, I guess it'll be 4.5, 5 years, almost 5 years, I quit smoking, something like that. I used to hide smoking, right? I was ashamed of it. So it got to the point where I was like, okay, so I'm hiding my smoking habit. I'm hanging out with people that I am scared to tell that I smoke because I'm afraid they're going to judge me. And so I wasn't being my whole self. So which is it? Did I want to be a smoker? And did I not want to be a smoker? And I decided I don't want to be a smoker. Obviously, if I'm hiding it, it's not something I enjoy doing. It's not something I'm proud of. And if I want to be a better person, then I can't be doing things that I'm not proud of. Now, that doesn't mean as a human I'm not going to make mistakes and do things that I'm not proud of. Because remember, my friends, you've got to give yourself forgiveness. You've got to give yourself grace. The same grace you would give someone else that makes a mistake, because we're humans and we're going to always make mistakes. And life is not always going to be without challenges or obstacles, because that is what helps us grow and evolve. And it also helps our brain chill out a little bit. Those obstacles and challenges teach our brain that anxiety that it was feeling, like, oh my gosh, this is love. You can't feel love. Put up a block. But then you let the guard down and you get comfortable with the person. And all of a sudden you wake up and you're like, wow, I'm in love. And this feels great. And I'm not as scared. And slowly but surely your brain shuts that protective mechanism off. And it stops trying to protect you from the dangers of love, right? So you can do all of that stuff. You can use this method, these tips, this idea, this concept with anything in your life. But the first step is to realize that you don't have to change a bunch of things at once. You need to visit the person you want to be. Take a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil and write down who you wish you could be. How you wish your hair looked, how you want your eyes to look, how you want your lips to look. Maybe you wear makeup, how your makeup would be, the type of clothes you would wear. If you could look and be anything in this world, what would that character look like? Think about it from a perspective of a movie character or a character in a book, my author friends. What would your main character be if your main character was you? Write that down. See it, envision it, realize it. Now that you have that character done, I want you to drop down in the comments. Tell me what one characteristic about the movie character or the book character of you. What would that person be? I want to know, and I can't wait to read your comments. And once you have that character, what are some habits in your life that are holding you back from being that character? For me, it was smoking. Smoking cigarettes was keeping me away from being the person I want to be. That was habit number 1, right? And I moved on to other habits like eating habits and all sorts of things. So we'll get into that another day. But I want you today to write down who you're going to be, the main character of your life. Get as descriptive as you possibly can and share some of that information in the comments so we all can have fun reading what the main character of our lives will be, and we can all relate and connect as a community, right? And then I want you to pick one habit you have in your life that will not suit this main character. If you were to put that character into a movie and they did this habit, it wouldn't make any sense, and the audience would be like, WTF? That habit. Pick one. Drop that in the comments, okay? And next time I make a video, I'm going to give some tips on how you can deal with that one habit that doesn't fit your main character anymore, so that you can slowly but surely become the person you truly desire to be, which means the person that you are truly built to be. Until next time, peace, love, happiness, and much love. Mwah.